Oh, I bet it's been nice and peaceful without hearing my voice, hasn't it? Did you all have a wonderful half term? I really hope so. With the most beautiful sunshine, so I hope you all managed to get out and about. So today's the first day of some children returning to school, isn't it? So if you've been at school today, I hope you've had a really lovely time. If you haven't been at school today, neither have I. So I've got a cooking video that I'm going to do. Now, there's no cooking in this one today. This is a really, really simple one, as in really easy. You just need to have the bits and pieces, that's all, to be able to make it work. Now, this is something that several different people have asked me about. It's very easy, really the simplest thing you could possibly do. And I know a lot of you probably already do this at home. Now, there are two ways of doing this fruit smoothie. You can either do it, well, there's lots of different ways actually. I'm going to use milk today, but you can do it using fruit juice or using yogurt. That works. I've got the ice cream out to show you. You can also add a scoop of ice cream in to give it a little bit of a treat. I'm not going to do that today. I don't know if you know, but those of us who suffer with hay fever, one way to help it is to eat honey. So what I'm going to do for my sweetness, because sometimes you need to add a little bit of extra sweetness in there and it's better than adding sugar, I'm going to add a bit of honey into mine. Now, I've had some fresh bananas, but I cut them up and put them in the freezer because otherwise I don't eat bananas enough, so they would have all gone mouldy. So I've frozen some bananas. I've also got some frozen mango and some frozen strawberries and blueberries because they're the cheapest things to do rather than buying fresh fruit. If you're not going to have a smoothie every day, I don't have them every day. The frozen fruit is just as easy, and I get mine in any of the local supermarkets. Super easy to pick up. So I'm going to move the strawberry ice cream and the mangoes to one side because I'm not actually going to use those today. And I'm going to turn this down and you'll see just how super quick and simple this is. The only thing with this recipe is you are going to need a blender. So I've got one of these Breville Blend Active. Actually, it's my sister's, but she said I can borrow it, so that's okay. So I've got one of these, but you can do it with a normal baby blender or just a normal food blender. The only thing is if you're putting in frozen fruit, as always, remember to ask a grown-up first. But if you're putting in frozen fruit, you need to make sure that it's a blade that's going to be strong enough to blend it up because the frozen fruit can be quite hard. So what we're going to do, now this is one of these magic blenders where you put everything in the cup and then you add the little blending nozzle. Now, obviously, this is something you are most definitely going to need grown-ups help with. You shouldn't be using a blender on your own. The parts of the blender, these bits are very, very, very sharp. So this definitely needs a grown-up's help, okay? So please make sure you've got a grown-up helping you. And then, do you know what? It is literally as easy as how much of everything do you want? So rather than having anything to weigh out, you can add as much of what you like whenever you want to. So I've got some frozen banana. I'm going to add in some frozen bits of banana. Frozen banana is really good for thickening it up. It makes it quite a thick smoothie rather than it being something that's like watery. So if you add fruit juice, just remember it might make it a little bit thinner. That's fine if that's what you want. I'm going to add a bit of milk. The dog heard me say bananas. He likes bananas. Never ever eats them. Not ever going to give him them, but he likes the smell of them. That lid has got stuck on there. Now, I have to say I did wash my hands before I started. I haven't done my usual anti-bac today, have I? But hopefully you've got used to that by now. Let's add in some milk. There we go. Let's put this lid in the bin. Because there are flies around now that it's this time of year, and I definitely don't want flies in here. Now, if you've got fresh strawberries or you've got fresh blueberries, they are absolutely amazing to add. You can add fresh fruit to this. It often gives it a slightly different taste if the fruit is fresh. It's probably a little bit sweeter. But I haven't got any fresh fruit in at the moment, so I'm just doing this with frozen. It's nice to be able to see there's lots of different ways of doing this, isn't there? Now the good thing, excuse me, the good thing about adding in blueberries and strawberries is they change the colour. So you're going to have a nice purpley coloured smoothie, which is always pretty epic. And then the last thing, excuse me while I just get a tea towel, because it's making my hands go a funny colour. Cooper can hear me but can't see me, so he's wondering what on earth's going on. So the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a spoonful of honey. Now, if you like honey, you can add as much as you, well, not as much as you like, because it'd probably be a little bit too much. You can always add a bit more in at the end if you need to. I might add in a bit more. There we go. Now that would be, if you were making a naughty one, a treat one, that would be where you would put in your ice cream. So I'm just going to get that off my spoon. There we go. Now, as always, this is the bit where you need your grown-up to help you. Just wash my hands again to make sure that they're clean and try to get off some of this strawberry and blueberry. So the grown-up needs to do the blending bit, okay? So I'm going to put my little blend bit on there. And then I'm going to pop it. Now, this is the bit that I'm not normally very good at, so this could be interesting. I've got to make sure that I remember to lock it in. Now, this is going to be noisy. Cover your ears, it's going to be loud. Now, what I need to do is shake it, because you'll see that some of the bits and pieces, some of the honey has got stuck to the side, which is completely normal, not a problem. But I'm going to just shake it round a little bit, try and get the honey off. And there we have it. Ta-da! A nice purple fruit smoothie. Now for me, I'm going to pour this straight into a cup, and I'm going to have it right now as a little mid-morning snack. Ha-ha! So there you go. And you can change up whatever fruit you want to put in it. You can change up whether you use milk or whether you use yogurt. But it's a really, really healthy one. And at the moment, excuse me, with weather like this, absolutely perfect to keep you nice and refreshed. Have a lovely day. Enjoy yourselves. Know that we're all thinking of you as always, and we're all back. I told you we would be. Look after yourselves, and I'll have an arts and crafts video for you in the morning.